Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest and most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now, how abhorred in my imagination it is. My gorge rises in it. How's it going, everybody on YouTube land? My name is John, aka Tio Fuego. Today I wanted to do an initial, just a introductory video, basically telling you guys about who I am, what I'm planning on doing with this channel, kind of give a little bit of background information, and yeah, kind of get the ball rolling. So as you can tell, or the name of the channel, it's called Tio Fuego Rides. So who is Tio Fuego? I am Tio Fuego. Like I said before, my name is actually John, but nobody ever calls me by my actual name. I always get the nickname or my last name. But the backstory of it basically is my friends started calling me Fire because of obvious reasons, and that became an issue when I was performing in a play in college, and my friends who were invited decided to scream out fire in the back of the auditorium, which is frowned upon. So he decided to change it up a little bit. So my friend decided that rudimentary Spanish is not that important, so he decided that it's okay to scream fuego instead of fire. And oddly enough, it hasn't caused any issues. So Fuego ended up being the nickname that kind of took over for a bit. And then he actually ended up having a son. And instead of introducing me as John or Uncle John, he went with Tio Fuego. And the name just kind of stuck. We kind of liked it. And I've been Tio Fuego for a couple of years now. So the third part of the title of this channel is Tio Fuego Rides. So as you can see, I am inside. I'm in my house right now, doing this opening video, and clearly not writing anything except for Elvis chair. So what am I writing? It is currently almost the beginning of July of 2021, and I've been kind of dealing with a little bit of a health scare since February. I had yellow skin, yellow eyes, I went completely jaundiced, and obviously that's a pretty strong indicator that something's going on with your liver. So when one got checked out, long story short, back and forth to the hospital. I had 3 separate stays to the hospital. One was only an overnight for a procedure, but I had 2 other ones. The first one I was there, they did rounds of testing. I was there for about 10 days. And the second one, the most recent one, was happened about a month ago, and I had full-fledged liver surgery. They cut out 60% of my liver and growing back. Pretty big operation, pretty big surgery. I'm still recovering from it, which is one of the reasons why I'm inside and not out exploring the road. But the point of that backstory is, during the process of my wondering what the illness that I had, or what the ailment was, I started, thinking to yourself how, you never know with the way life goes. Anything can be taken from you in an instant, and I kind of put it upon myself. I want to do stuff that I haven't, I had the chance to do, or really made the time to do, and one of them was learn how to ride a motorcycle. So while I was actually in the hospital recovering from my first procedure, I signed myself up for the MSF course. So within about a month and a half after coming out of the hospital the first time, I completed the class, 2 days, out in Long Island. And the first day, first time ever riding a motorcycle, it was a torrential downpour. And when I mean torrential downpour, I mean it was bad, like very, very, very bad. But the course said, rain or shine, buy rain gear if you're worried about getting wet. I don't have rain gear. I didn't have any gear. I had a helmet. I had gloves. That was the requirement for the course. So all I had really, as far as my protective gear, was my helmet and my gloves. So wore multiple layers of pants and shirts and jackets and stuff like that. Still did. It was cold. But completed the test, completed the 2-day course, and not for nothing, learning that first day in the rain the way we did, it's a little bit of a confidence booster knowing that I can handle, at least minor and basic maneuverability in the rain. Especially as a new rider, I'm going to be doing everything in my power to avoid inclement weather. But just in case a freak storm does pop out of nowhere, I at least know in the back of my mind that I can, for the most part, handle myself and go from there. So, completed the MSF course. Within 2 weeks after that, I went online to the New York DMV, and they actually were able to allow me to take my motorcycle permit written test online. Wonderful. Completed the test, finalized everything, passed it. They're like, okay, come down in I think it was a week. I was able to get an appointment time because everything is still done by appointment because of COVID. Come down, pay the dues, pay the fees, give all the documentation, and I can get my motorcycle endorsement. Now I am fully licensed with my training class. The only thing I'm missing now is the motorcycle. So I started to do some research. I knew that from the beginning I wanted to get a cruiser style bike. It's like that old school style. So I feel like the cruiser was a good fit for what I was looking for aesthetically. And one of the big names, and the one that I instantly fell in love with, was the Honda Rebel. And I know a lot of people like the Honda Rebel. You see a lot of videos about it. There's a lot of support groups online, one of which I'm even a part of, to get as much information as I possibly can while I start this whole process. So I started my Rebel down payment fund. I got a little jar up in my room. A couple of dollars in there, spare money every time I can. Put it in there. Start saving, and hopefully within the next few months I'll have enough to purchase a brand new Honda Rebel. Now I went to the dealership, a couple of dealerships, just to take a look at them, and I actually went to one of them out in Long Island, and they actually had a 1100 that was just sold, that was on the floor, and the bike is a beautiful bike. It looks awesome. It feels great. When you sit in it, it's big, but it doesn't feel big. Not even riding it. It's just sitting on it inside the showroom and just getting a feel for how I was positioned in it. I'm, for some context, I'm 6'1" and about 215, give or take, and I felt comfortable, sitting on it. Obviously, going on longer distance rides is a different story, but or at least could be. But sitting on it in the showroom, I was like, oh, this is fantastically comfortable. But I'm also a person that understands that I'm not going to go from the learner motorcycle in my class, which was probably if it was 125cc motor, that's probably the highest it was. I'm not going to jump from that to an 1100 with zero riding experience. So initially I was looking at the 300, and I was told by a couple of dealerships actually, and even people in the group, they all said the same thing. You're going to outgrow the 300 way too fast. Within a month, you're gonna outgrow it. Even though you're new and inexperienced, the 500 is perfect. It has some power, it has some pop to it, but it's very forgiving. It's very easy to learn on. So I was sold. Fell down the rabbit hole watching videos and going on different websites, looking at aftermarket parts, seat upgrades, exhaust upgrades, things of that nature. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Once I'm monetarily there, I'm able to afford it, I'll be going down to the dealership, making my deposit, and hopefully, I can get a Rebel 500 before the season ends and get a little bit of, beginner riding in. But that brings me to the point of my channel. I love watching videos of people online riding, giving pointers, giving information, everything to help you learn. So I thought it would be fun to kind of do a video documentary, basically, of my learning. My riding experience literally consists of the 2 days of that training course. I haven't ridden before that. I haven't had a chance to ride since then. So literally when I get my new bike, it is going to be my, I'm going to be learning from the ground up. I got my basics from the course. I got my pointers that I look and I get online. I'm going to be learning. So I figured it would be fun to maybe have kind of everybody come along with me on my journey, help me out. If I run into some issues, give me some pointers, say what I'm doing wrong, say what I'm doing right. Together, we can make me a better rider. And other people, if they decide to watch and they're learning too, we can make other people better riders just by either learning from a mistake if I make it, or even kinds of something that I'm doing right. And that's one more person that can be riding safely on the road. So that's all. I just wanted to do a quick introductory video. I'm going to be posting some more stuff shortly, even without the bike. I'm going to probably do something regarding the gear that I do have. I did buy a couple more pieces of gear. And, little things here or there just to kind of update us. And then once we get the actual bike, we will be going out on the road, doing some recordings. I got my microphone already set up with my helmet, so I'm ready to go. And then we'll take it from there. So until then, this is Tio Fuego. Be well.